Somebody holler, this is who I am. And so Jeremiah says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee to be a prophet unto nations. Now, when he says prophet unto nations, he's not talking about, God told me to tell you, thus saith this, da, da, da. No, when he speaks of the word prophet here, he's saying that somebody who is going to say what God has said. Well, let me tell you, the biggest thing that you and I should be saying or sharing is the good news of Jesus Christ, that he saves, set free, and deliver. And he said, I called you to be a prophet unto the nations. In verse 12, God reminds Jeremiah of something, because Jeremiah started talking about, all these reasons why he can't do it. I'm too young. The people ain't going to receive me. But let me tell you something. And not just that. The reason why he was able to do it is because the Lord said, then said the Lord unto me, thou hast seen well, for I will hasten my word to perform it. Let me see this in Amplified. I'm about to share something with you. That's the most powerful thing that you need to know today is this. Are you ready? Let me see in the Amplified. It says, then said the Lord to me, you have seen well, for I am alert and active, watching over what? My word to perform it. I got news for you. You're right. You are young. You're right. The people may look like this, but the truth of the matter is you need to understand the one that called you is with you. Let me holler at you real quick and say the one that called me is what? He's with me. And why is he with me? Because he's watching over his word to perform it. And so if he spoke anything into your life, this is the reason why Satan cannot kill you. This is why he can't do anything with you, because God is watching over his word to perform it. And so when he gives you the dream, Joseph, he'll be with you in the pit. When he gives you the dream, Joseph, he'll be with you at Potiphar's house. When he gives you the dream, Joseph, he'll be with you in the prison. When he gives you the dream, even when people you blessed forgot you, he'll still be with you, and he'll always create a butler that'll usher you to your Pharaoh. Touch your neighbor and say, God is with me. When God looks at you, he sees the best. Put up Ephesians 2:10 real quick. Somebody say he sees the best. In the King James, look what it says in the King James. Somebody say he sees the best. He says, for we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus under what? Good works, which God has before the foundations of the world, before I was in my mother's belly, that we should what? Walk in him. He's ordained it that we should walk in him. Put him in the New Living Translation. Put in the New Living Translation. But watch this. We've been talking about this for the last few weeks. We are what? God's masterpiece. Whoa! You are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do the good things he planned for us what? Long ago. Man, you are a masterpiece. The dictionary defines a masterpiece as a person's greatest work of art. It also is the consummate. Y'all ain't gonna help me. Somebody say the consummate. Look. Oh my. Wait a minute. First of all, I don't even want to skip the greatest work of art. Let me explain to you. Now, if you looked in the mirror, you'll start pointing out all the stuff that's wrong. And when God looks in the mirror, he don't see anything wrong. You are a Picasso. You are the Mona Lisa. Y'all, like, how many people look at them? I don't understand why folk like that. It's ugly. But it's a masterpiece, right? That's what they call it. Listen, Beethoven and Bach and Mozart and all these other people, y'all ain't going to talk to me. Their work is considered a masterpiece. How many people are sitting at home at night listening to Beethoven and Bach and Mozart? Most of us are not, but they don't change the fact that it's a masterpiece. It's that person's greatest work of art. And yet, out of 7 billion people, God is literally calling each and every one of us his masterpiece, his greatest work of art. Big hips, little hips. Big stomach, little stomach. Big lips, small lips. You are God's greatest work of art. Dark skin, brown skin, light skin, white. You are greatest. Oh my God, are you understanding? And you're sitting here beating yourself up. And when God looks at you, he sees the Picasso. When God looks at you, he sees the Sistine Chapel. Y'all ain't gonna help me. He brags on you like people throughout history has bragged on those pieces of art. Touch your neighbor and say, God is bragging on me. You don't believe he do it? God is bragging on you in some of the situations you in. He's allowed you to be in so you can prove to others that you are the masterpiece that you are. I ain't got nobody to help me in here. You don't believe it? It was God, not Satan, that brought up Job. God brought Job up. Y'all ain't gonna help me. He said, where are you going? I'm going to and fro throughout the earth. Y'all ain't gonna help me. Listen. He said, listen, he was looking for somebody to jack up, in other words, in modern day terms. And God said to him, have you considered my servant Job? God wouldn't have brought his name up if he didn't know who he was and what he was capable of. And I'm telling you right now, you are sitting here in a storm and you're losing your mind and you don't realize that God threw you in the storm because he know you're storm proof. Y'all ain't gonna help me. That's why in Nahum 1 and 3 he says he is slow to anger, y'all ain't help me, but great in power, and he has his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Well, if the clouds are the dust of his feet, that means he created the storm, which means if he created the storm and you're in it, he knows you got victory over it. Why? Because he's going to give it to you. He sent the storm to send the rain so you won't have no dry place in your life. Stop cursing your storm and celebrate it, you masterpiece.